Life is not an easy ride, either for the rich or the poor. Each of us has their share of problems, whether in personal or professional life. Most of the time we struggle in both. Problems belong to everyday reality of the workplace, and it makes a perfect sense that HR managers inquire about them in a job interview. Tell us about the biggest problem you face. Describe the most challenging situation you experienced at work, or describe a time when you didn't know how to solve a problem. In this video, we will look at the last one from the 3 questions I just mentioned. So what do the hiring managers want to hear from you? Before anything else, they seek some humility. They want to hear you admit that you struggle sometimes, that you cannot solve everything on your own, at least not on the spot. Secondly, they want to hear how you react in such a situation. Do you start to panic? Will you ask someone for help? Or will you simply postpone the solution of the problem and move on to another task? You can talk about a problem from work, school, or even from personal life. Let's have a look at a great answer for each of these options. Answer number 1. It happened to me a lot in my last job. Was the first time I worked in an accounting department, and though I have a degree from accounting, I still was not sure how to record certain transactions, or how to proceed in some situations. I had a colleague with 12 years of experience in the field sharing the office with me, so when I did not know how to proceed, I simply asked her. Someone might be too proud to ask, or afraid to bother their colleague, or to lose their credibility in their eyes. But I do not struggle to admit when I do not understand something, and that someone is a better expert in the field. Hence I always asked, learned how to solve the problem, and next time when I faced the same issue I was able to solve it on my own. Answer number 2. This is my first job application, so I cannot really refer to problem I faced at work. But I remember my exam from Applied Statistics. That was a tough nut to crack. It seemed to me that I'd never pass the exam. Just I could not get my head around it. When I had my last attempt, I decided to try everything possible. I hired a tutor, I pleaded with the teacher, and I even asked my friends to pray for me. Silly as it may seem, it eventually worked. I passed the exam, solved the problem, and eventually graduated from the college. And answer number 3, one which relates to a problem from personal life. What really bothered me last year was my relationship with my son. He started to meet some new friends, was coming home pretty late each evening, and I knew that they were drinking, and perhaps even something else. What troubled me the most, however, is that I realized the distance that was growing between the two of us. He did not confide in me as he did before, and on some days we barely talked. But what could I do to solve such a problem, such a crisis of adolescence? I just tried to be a good father, to find something the two of us had in common, to do something together. It didn't help much though, so eventually I had to accept that I may not solve the problem, and that such night adventures simply belong to teenage years. I did that and moved on. So that's it. I hope the answers gave you some inspiration for your own answer to this tricky interview question. If you are not sure yet, however, you can check the link in video description below for 7 sample answers, including more answers from the corporate world. In any case, thank you for watching, enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck in your interviews.